Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to start a new series to show you how to double your e-commerce revenue and by keeping the same ROI or same return on ad spend. So today I'm going to start how to align or how to set up your Facebook campaign structure to align with the revenue growth or to achieve the revenue growth by 2x. At first, let's look at how to improve the revenue or how it looks like. And as you see here, y-axis shows the revenue and the x-axis shows the time. So you can see if you try to increase your revenue, you will see the smaller increment in the early stages, but you can see a exponential growth in the latter part or after some time. So that this revenue growth, we should plan as a long-term strategy because it's very difficult to double your revenue instantly by keeping your returns at the same level. And if you look at the returns or the ROI, when you start to increase your top line or the revenue, you need to get more new visitors to your website or new customers to your brand, so that your ROI will go down initially. But if you follow a proper path, if you follow a proper structure, then you can gradually increase the return on ad spend. As a result, after sometimes after few months, you can see your revenue also exponentially grew, and also at the same time ROI or the ROA is also improved compared to the previous numbers. So this is the real life case study. This is a brand where actually we started increasing budget or the increasing the campaign budget during the month of Feb, and month of March we saw only the little amount of increment even though we put a lot of effort. But as you can see, month of April actually we were able to double the budget for this brand. So when you plan for your revenue growth, ROS growth, plan for few months, or I suggest that you need to plan at least 3 to 6 months to achieve your revenue growth or double your revenue. Then so that's why I keep telling that you need to plan a long term, and there are challenges with the short term plans, because if you try to increase your revenue by 2x within a short period, within 1 or 2 months, you will face that you will get the low ROS because you need to get more new visitors, or you need to create more brand awareness, so that you have to spend more, so that you will get low ROS. And also you will get limited support from organic channels, because you can't double your organic revenue because you need to get higher ranks and get traffic from referral sites. It's not possible to get it within 1 or 2 months. The next thing is, since you have limited customers now, next month you can't actually increase your revenue from existing customers, because first you need to get more customers so that they will actually generate more revenue. And also right now, if you have limited traffic, then it will be limiting you to do the remarketing campaign, so that you can't get more revenue out of existing visitors or existing fan page followers you have. And whereas if you plan for long time, so I suggest it will be 3 to 12 months. It might, depending on your existing status, how long it will take to double your revenue. And if you plan for 3 to 12 months, the advantages are you can achieve break-even ROS, because as I showed you earlier, you will get low ROS initially, but when time goes, you will get higher ROS, so that you can actually achieve the break-even ROS. And then you will get more revenue from organic and customers, because you're going to spend more money to get new visitors. It will indirectly improve your organic traffic, and also you will get repeat visitors, so that also increase organic traffic. And also you will get more revenue out of existing customers, because if you plan for 6 months, then throughout the 6 months you are getting more and more new customers. So end of the 6 months, you will get higher revenue from the existing customers than compared to the starting point. And also then you will get larger audience. So since you're gradually growing, you will have larger existing traffic, and also larger fan base, larger followers in Instagram, so that you can remarket to them, that you will get higher ROS, and also you can get bigger revenue than the first month. And if you look at the revenue growth, so basically one component is the paid media. As you can see, you can actually work on paid media to increase your revenue by 2x. But the reality is that not only paid media helps. So if you plan for increase your revenue using paid media, you need to keep other stuff constant, all the factors. Or you can work on parallelly with all the other factors, so that it will help you to increase your budget with the limited budget. So the first point is the earned media. So earned media is the reviews and what are the stuff outside of your employees and you putting out about your brand. It could be reviews, or people are showing Instagram photos, or people are sharing YouTube videos. Those are the earned media. So if you plan for increase your revenue by 2x, you need to keep earned media at the same level, and or you need to improve that. Let's say you are planning your paid media to increase your revenue by 2x, but next month you are getting a lot of bad reviews, so that you can't actually achieve as you want. Then you need to work on the own media also. Continually do whatever you are doing with own media, like say posting on fan pages, adding YouTube videos, Instagram. Those things you need to maintain at a consistent level, because what we have seen, one customer wanted to double their budget, so we actually came up with a forecast with the existing the numbers, and but at the end of the third month we were not achieving the expected numbers. So when we evaluated the issue, they actually stopped posting on their fan page, so that they are not getting the enough or the organic support as they got earlier, so that all the forecasts will go wrong because of that. So if you are coming up with a forecast to improve your revenue, make sure that you keep everything at the same level or at a better level than that. And the next component is the brand awareness, and also if you are doing any brand awareness, you can work on that. And also if you feel that your current ROS is low, and even though after 6 months if you double your budget, the expected ROS is low and it's not break even, then definitely you need to invest money on brand awareness. Brand awareness also, it shouldn't be a one-time activity, because people, if you launch a brand awareness campaign, people can remember it for certain time period, so that you have to continuously invest on brand awareness if you feel that your ROS, expected ROS is low. And the next one is the organic revenue. If you're getting organic revenue, you need to keep at same level. Otherwise, after 6 months, if let's say your ranking drop, and because of that organic traffic and the revenue drop, so that you can't achieve as you plan, so that you have to maintain the organic effort at same level. And the next one is the referral. If you featured in a blog, and if you featured in any directory, and if you're getting traffic and the conversions, you need to keep those stuff also at the same level and maintain. And competitors, so this is something you can't actually control. Sometimes competitors come up with a sale, so that you are not getting the expected output after 6 months, right, or after certain period, or you won't get the expected 2x growth. And also you need to look at the competitor pricing, and whether it increase the competition, eat your market share. So all those things you need to monitor. At maybe you can't do anything about it, but at least you should know the reason why you can't achieve the 2x revenue as you plan. And the next component is the product variation. This is a common problem across customers we have seen, because uh, let's say first part of the year they have separate set of product and performing well. Suddenly products goes out of stock. After 7 months, actually revenue drop because of their top performing products are not available. That you need to actually work on product variation. You need to keep the top performing product as it is. If not possible, introduce top performing product as soon as the top performing products are not available, so that you can keep the product as a constant. If you drop a certain top performing product, then actually you can't achieve as you plan, because paid media actually can't control the product availability. And the next one is the market demand and the seasonality. For example, when COVID hit, the demand for masks actually went really high. After a few months, it actually went down, and again second wave came. Again the demand for the masks actually went up. So these are seasonality factors. So that if you're planning for, let's say, double your revenue, and if people are not buying masks because now they don't have any challenges with COVID, then you can't achieve your 2x revenue growth plan. So whenever you plan for 2x, you need to make a forecast, and also factor these seasonality factors as well, because normally New Year season the sales goes up for certain brand, but just after New Year you can't double your revenue, because it's a seasonality number. So you need to look at the seasonality factor as well. Whenever you plan for your 2x growth, you should come with the forecast, and also look at what happened last year and previous year, how the revenue and the demand changes. So that factor these demand changes and seasonality to your forecast, so that you will get better understanding and the better expectation. And so this is the funnel structure I suggest you to plan with your Facebook campaign. And the C thing do care framework actually introduced by Avinash Kaushik. The C is the audience you need to create the awareness. Basically, let's say if you're selling shoes, all people who wear shoes, so that they don't have any intention to buy a shoe now, right? But you need to create the awareness. You need to tell that, okay, my brand has shoes, so they should know that, aware that you have shoes, so that whenever they want, they will remember you. So that's the brand awareness. And the think audience, we call it top of the funnel audience. Basically people has intention to purchase shoes, but they haven't visited your website. So that we need to create a campaign to target people who haven't visited your website. What we can do is we can target multiple audiences, and we can exclude website visitors, so that you can make sure that you are targeting people with intent to buy shoes but not visited your website. And the do audience is the remarketing audiences. Basically we are doing remarketing to people who visited your website. We can do remarketing through Facebook, or we can do via Google, or we can do via Twitter, multiple channels, but you need to have a separate campaign for that. And I will show you why this it is more important to have this funnel structure to double your revenue, right? I will show you in the next slide. And next final funnel stage is the care. In the care, you need to target the existing customers. So while you're targeting the existing customer, keep it separate. Don't target existing customers with mid funnel or top funnel, so that you can know, okay, what is the return I'm getting for existing customer, what is the budget allocation, and you can actually plan out budget and the returns for each of these funnel, and also to the overall revenue. And once you have this structure, you need to understand what are the metrics you should measure. Let's look at for awareness. Actually, you can't measure purchase. You need to look at brand recall rate, perception change. Let's say if they have customer has a negative perception about you, whether it's may convert it to a positive one. And then you can look at let's say for this product category A, they prefer competitor B, and you can check because of this brand awareness campaign whether their perception change towards your brand. So those are the things you can look at. And also, let's say we need to understand what are the problem they have, what are the things they are thinking about your brand. And one customer, actually, when we looked at the problem was customer think that the product quality is low now. So you need to launch a brand awareness campaign to sort out that problem. If you feel that your product is quality enough, then you should do a brand awareness campaign, and you should measure how their perception changed, whether they are still thinking the brand quality is low, or whether it changed. So that's how you can actually measure the success of your brand awareness campaign. And also you can measure the search uplift because of the brand awareness campaign. How many brand searches increase for your brand through Google, you can look at. And other micro conversion also you can look at, like video views, video engagement. But end of the day, you need to look at mainly first three metric to validate that your brand awareness campaign is a success. And the next, in the think stage, you are targeting people who are not aware of your brand. There you need to target purchasers, because whenever you target purchasers through Facebook will find people more likely to buy purchases. One limitation is that if you, like say, one ad set, if you can't generate 50 transactions a week, then Facebook ads or the Facebook ads goes to learning, so that you don't have not enough purchasers to feed the Facebook algorithm. If you feel that you can't generate 50 transactions a week, then target the added to cart. Then if you optimize for added to cart, then Facebook will bring more people similar who are more likely to add product to the cart, so that you are getting more qualified leads. Then you can do the remarketing. Here, since we are targeting people with intention, I don't recommend reach campaign or traffic campaign, because we might drive a lot of junk traffic. They are not ready to buy. So reach and traffic, you should focus on the awareness or the C stage. The next one is let's say when added to cart also low for your brand, then you have to find other metric. Most of the cases, people who do the site search in an e-commerce website, their conversion rates are higher, so that you can target to bring more people with the site search, so that you actually uh, get more qualified visitors to your website. Because the think stage, the objective is to bring qualified people to your website, not the final conversion, because they might take multiple sessions, multiple days to convert. So that try to bring more qualified users to your website. Then to those stage, we are targeting the remarketing, people who visited your website or people who engage with fan page or Instagram. We are targeting them, so they know your brand, they engage, they might have gone through few products, they might have added product to the cart, so that you can target them. And here actually you can show more urgency and show more reviews, increase trust factors, so that you can get the higher conversion rate for mid funnel campaign. And finally, the existing customer campaign. Existing customer campaign. Before that, in the mid funnel, you need to target the purchasers, and because there people are engaged with your brand and evaluated the product. Now we need to convert them, so that try to get more purchasers and optimize for purchasers. And the care audiences of bottom funnel, also we are targeting the purchasers, and we need to target customers. And the customers we the common practice is that targeting all the customers available, but it's not working because all the customers doesn't have intention to purchase. Let's say if someone purchased yesterday, he's not going to purchase tomorrow, right? So that you need to segment your customers, people who purchase and people who more likely to purchase within next 30 days, and look at their purchase frequency, and then look at their what product combination, if someone purchased this product, and what is the next product they're going to purchase, and the time gap. By factoring all, you can come up with the bottom funnel campaign or the existing customer campaign, but make sure you measure them with the purchase metric. And also make sure you monitor the frequency. If you have four type of campaign, and Bofu, Mofu, Tofu and awareness, and make sure Bofu, Mofu and Tofu, you don't exceed the frequency than the expected level. Normally Bofu and Mofu, I suggest to keep the frequency under 6, because whenever they see the same ad or the same product again and again, normally ROI is going to go down. So basically return is going to go down. But you can do it with the optimization as the rule of thumb, keep it as a 6. And if you feel that your frequency can increase a bit more with the keeping the ROIs at a high level, then give a little bit of room for that. Otherwise, monitor the frequency closely, and first capitalize your mid funnel, capitalize your bottom funnel, then add more budget to the top funnel, so that it will help you to fatten the funnel. Then I'm going to show you with this funnel structure how to increase revenue, and also basically how to double your revenue and also increase your ROS. So in this chart, I mentioned Bofu, Mofu and Tofu. The width of this box actually represent the ROS. You can see this arrow represent the ROS, and the height actually represent the revenue. So you are getting this much of revenue, and you can see top funnel ROS is lower. Width is lower because top funnel you are bringing visitors. Normally we see top funnel ROS is lower compared to mid funnel and bottom funnel. And as a next step, now I want to increase budget or increase revenue, and I don't have any room to increase budget for mid funnel and bottom funnel, because I'm achieving the 6 frequency. So that if I increase more budget, then my returns going to go down. So that I don't want to increase frequency of the budget for mid funnel and bottom funnel. So only option is to increase budget for top funnel. So as a next step, I actually increase the budget for top funnel. You can see my top funnel ROS even reduced, because now I am getting more and more people who are less likely to purchase, and with the limited intent compared to the earlier one, or the mid funnel or bottom funnel. Because of that, I am getting now more revenue. You can see more revenue, but my overall ROS drop because of top funnel ROS is getting smaller. You can see because of I am spending on top funnel, my remarketing the revenue increase a bit, bottom funnel revenue increase a bit also, because I am getting more customers, I am getting more visitors to the website. But the challenge here, even though I increase the revenue, my ROS drop. And the third step, I want to increase further. So here I increase further the top funnel, and because I spend a lot of money on top funnel here, actually my remarketing audience size is now bigger. Because of that, I'm getting more revenue from remarketing and the existing customers. And you can see the ROI is also now getting increased because my revenue generated from mid funnel and bottom funnels are higher, and also ROI is also higher, because that my average ROI goes up. And the final stage, I actually reduce the top funnel because now I want to achieve the 2x with higher ROIs. Because of that, I reduce the top funnel, and suddenly my top funnel ROIs increase. And because I spend a lot of money on top funnel here and here, my mid funnel revenue actually went up. Bottom funnel revenue also went up because all those time, let's say this is 6 months, I have generate a lot of new customers. Now my repeat purchases increased, and my the remarketing audience is bigger now. I can get more revenue from remarketing. Because of that, my mid funnel revenue increased by keeping the ROI same level. You can see now, since I reduced budget for top funnel, and mid funnel revenue is bigger, bottom funnel revenue is bigger, overall ROI is actually better than compared to what I started. So as a result, now actually I increase my revenue by 2x, and also I increase my ROS as well. So now you can see the advantages of by funneling or the proper structure for your Facebook campaign. If you properly structure a Facebook campaign, then you can allocate budget based on the frequency, so that actually you can achieve the 2x revenue growth. And the addition to that, you can actually one common question you might ask, okay, what is this time period? Time period actually depending on your existing performance. Let's say current ROS, current revenue, your current organic effort, and other channels effort. All the channel effort will actually impact the forecast or the time period. So basically, what I suggest, you need to first work on a forecast for at least 6 months. Then you know, okay, this is what I plan. Every month you can actually benchmark with the forecast. If you're not hitting the forecast, you can actually check where the wrong, whether it's a campaign, it's a product, a SEO, or whether it's a market, or whether it's you're not managing earn and own media. So all the factors highlight I mentioned earlier, you can look at. And I am actually planning to show you how to do a proper forecast in the coming session, so that stay tuned, so that I can share how to come up with the forecast, because we actually came up with the equation. Now you can do a more accurate forecast for any client, even for Facebook and overall revenue as well. And yeah, so this is the structure as I mentioned earlier. This, if you follow this structure, you can actually uh, grow your revenue by 2x with the proper forecast, and this will give you more flexibility to do the forecast and allocate budget, and also monitor the frequency across the funnels. And also, if not we are not hitting anything, or we are not hitting the target, you can look at where the problem is. Sometimes that whether the expected ROI is low in the top funnel, mid funnel, or bottom funnel. And also next session, actually I'm going to do how to identify audiences and targeting for top funnel, mid funnel, and bottom funnel. And there are two or multiple ways to identify targeting. One is we can use Facebook and whatever Facebook suggested interest, and Facebook automatic targeting. And second thing is we can look at the Google Analytics. There we can identify certain audiences to target, and we can look at your custom feedback, and actually talk to your customers and understand their preferences, and because of that you can actually come up with targets. So next session will be dedicated to this, and today's session I want to highlight what is the Facebook structure you should come, and how to using the structure double your revenue. And to double your revenue, not only Facebook, other factors also matters. What are the other factors you should keep at the same level if you want to double your revenue using Facebook? And if you have any question or any comment, please feel free to comment or send me a message, so that I am more than happy to explain or do a new session on that. Thank you.